Good evening. Um, I thought about this today, and it's not scripted. Um, I was going to say I had a friend, but it was me. Today it was me. I'm telling you about me. So, the second man that I dated long term after I split up with my ex-husband, when we were together for about 3 years, I went through some medical issues, and it wasn't looking good, and I had to get a biopsy, and they wanted to biopsy me right away. I mean, right away. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Someone from Vassar Hospital in Poughkeepsie, New York, called me up, and they were like, you have to be here at this date, this time, and, no, whatever, right? So at the time, I was living in Beacon, and my boyfriend lived not too far from Vassar Hospital. And on his way to work, he left like really early in the morning, he would pass it. So I had asked him if he could drop me off on his way to work, and I would have my friend June. June would come to the hospital and stay there while they were doing the procedure, and then when it was over and time to go home, then she would bring me back. And it was not any kind of out of him going out of his way for me or anything like that. And I had previously taken him to Vassar for his colonoscopy, and then brought him back, stayed with him. And I also did it when he had a deviated septum surgery. And when he needed his aftercare the next day, I took him to the doctor's office, and that was in the city of Poughkeepsie, which is not fun to drive. I'm kind of an old lady driver, So anyway, I did that for him, and what happened was, pardon my French, he gave me shit. He was such a narcissist. He said, well, why didn't you consult about the date and time with me first? I was like, no. It wasn't like a menu where I get to pick the date and time of a biopsy. They said you have to be there at this time, come hell or high water. And he was horrible. And basically, he dumped me because he was afraid that I was going to have cancer, and that he might have to, I don't know, give me a ride to chemo or something. Who knows? Well, you know what this man did for a living? He did stem cell research, and he taught biochemistry to medical students at Westchester County Medical Center. Okay? I shouldn't have had to explain any of this to him. Because look at what he was doing for a living. And he gave me shit about all of this. So, I don't even know what to say, but that's real crappy. I have a picture of him someplace. Maybe I should use it as the thumbnail or cartoonize it. But he was a real piece of work. Real piece of work. You know what? I think I would have gotten more compassion had he had now maybe it's an assumption, but I found people that had more, if you were a teacher or a social worker or a blue-collar worker, they had more compassion than this educated fool with his PhD. He acted like he was all that. Let me tell you something. He's not all that. He's still not all that. And I'm going to censor myself about the rest of it. But, and I remember I was in therapy at the time, because at the time I had really great medical insurance. And I remember, my therapist hated him. Oh, my God. My therapist because at one point one therapist left and then I got another one, and they would like couldn't wait to see me again just to find out what this asshole did. And then they were like, they're not allowed to tell you to dump them, but boy, that they like kind of can give you hints sideways. And when I went through all of that, they were so happy. Now, when someone around you is not well, or they have to undergo a procedure or treatment or whatever, you know, I could see like if maybe he just didn't, but like to do it like before you find out the results, you know. So anyway, I remember June was there, and I remember waking up from anesthesia, and yeah, that was, I don't know how many years ago. It was quite a while, but anyway, it's almost like if I have to have something done again, I'd rather like just get an Uber driver than have somebody, you know, do what they do at the last minute, you know, say what they say, do what they do. If you don't have emotional support, at least, when you're going through something, you know, that's really not much of a relationship. I mean, he made it about himself. He made it all about himself, you know. Anyway, that old fossil is retired, and he lives in Fishkill, and his house is crappy. He never hooked up with another woman, and he's old, and he's got a pot belly now, and his hair is all white. Now, you know what? If he was really sweet, I would think it was cute and sexy, but he really was like evil, pretending or masquerading as being somebody nice. Anyway, I should go look for that thumbnail. Revenge is a dessert best served cold. Love you. Bye.